Hey everyone, this is Chris Dunkel. In this episode, what we're going to look at are some of the graphics that are already built into WeVideo. Some of these are going to be helpful if you're doing green screen work. Others are overlays that you might put over, a clip that you have. So let me give you an example. If you come up here to the tabs at the top, we're going to move all the way to the last one here, which is graphics. And you'll notice you've got different folders. We've got background, solids, overlays, and frames. Now, these particular ones under backgrounds are going to be animated. So see how they're moving there. These are really good green screen backgrounds. So if you're going to, film in front of the green screen with just you're talking and you don't want to make it look like you're at Gettysburg or wherever you want to be, you can use these kind of backgrounds. So let me give you an example. Let's take, we'll just take this one here, stage show. Actually, we'll do purple tiles. And I'm going to drag this down to video track 1 because remember, we're working in layers. So I want this to be my background layer, the bottom layer. And I'm going to go back to my media. I've got my elephant here. Let me drag the elephant over the top. I'm going to click on it and extend that image to last as long there. Now, remember, we need to get rid of the green. So I'm going to double click on the clip. I'm going to go to color key, get my color tool, away it goes. So now when I click play, see how the background's moving behind. So it's really good for green screen, works great for that kind of stuff. Now, some other things you can do though are do overlay. So let me take my video clip here. Let's just add an overlay. We'll do it somewhere around here. So again, I'm going to go back to my graphics. Now solids are just going to be solid colors. Again, you might want to use that for a background for something. Overlays. So if you come to this, the overlays you can, if you want to do a Batman effect, if I click play here, you'll see what happens. So how the bang, came up. So it's, got some automatopoeias and things of that nature. One thing to bear in mind though, if you notice with this overlay clip, it came up and said bang, it disappeared. Then it did it a second time, and you may not want it the second time. So the way you can deal with that is let it do it the first time, and then you could, with the clip selected, you could just trim it, use your clipping tool, and I could get rid of that second one. Or the other thing you could do is click on the clip, go to the edge, and bring it back to where it's gone. So now I just get that one bang. And again, you can move this wherever you want on the timeline. I'm going to delete that one. These are, to be honest, I don't use them that often, but there are some interesting things. Bad screen kind of gives an effect, like it's a television screen, how you get the scan lines there on the screen. So that might be helpful. Some are just honestly a little odd. You've got a mouth here, just doing different things. So again, if you did this one, you'd probably only want to have it for part and then cut it. But I think it, does a kiss or something here, possibly at the end. It's drooling. Okay, there you go. So again, you might want to play around. There's an explosion, a puff of smoke, those kind of things. Pow, glitter might be useful. What frames are though, when you come to frames, you might find frames are useful. There's not many of them. There's a vignette frame, but if you recall, you can also add a vignette effect under the FX tab. But for instance, let's say I just want to do this heart here. And so, I've got the heart frame going around it. Now, one thing that to bear in mind that may be helpful, if you notice, this actually kind of worked out pretty well with where I have James Stewart and starring James Stewart all within the heart. But if you double click on that frame, you still have some of the same options like transform. So I could scale that heart a little bit, make it bigger. I could come over here and move it exactly where I want it to be. So now so that gives us a little bit more space around our text and stuff. So frames may be useful from time to time. Viewfinder, it's kind of neat. It's going to make it look like you're looking through a video camera right there with the battery and so forth. So that one may be the most useful frame that there is with some of the videos your students may want to do. But again, all of these are under the graphics tab. So you've got backgrounds that are animated. You have solids if you just want a solid background, overlays, and frames. And you just simply drag them down to the video tracks. And don't forget, you can always, in most cases, go into them Just a quick little note as well. We did this once this past year, just playing around with my drama group. We took one of the animated backgrounds and actually went into it and went into color keying and took out some of the color, and it gave this real interesting effect. See how it's still animated, but it kind of cartoonized the background. So there's some options you can play around with that might be kind of fun or get a special effect that you weren't really expecting. But again, all of these are under the graphics tab. That's the last of our tabs up here at the top. I'll do another video that talks about themes, and then we'll talk about finishing your final product. If you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to ask.